And today I wanted to ask if you've ever truly asked yourself if you can trust yourself. How many times have you promised yourself you're going to save money, lose weight, or clean out that junk drawer in that kitchen? Just like me, I'm sure you've likely made thousands of promises to yourself and broken the majority of them. It's something I actually encounter with my clients every single day. You know, while you're watching TV, it can be as simple as saying, I'm going to get started on my work at the next commercial. Yet the commercial comes and goes, and then you make a new deal with yourself. But this has consequences. You're teaching yourself that you don't have to take yourself seriously. You're teaching your subconscious that it's okay to let yourself down. Trusting and believing in yourself is so very important. And as I've previously mentioned, if you break trust with yourself, you risk feeling incongruent and ruining your confidence. Try practicing these 6 techniques to help you keep your promises to yourself and add integrity and congruence to every part of your life. Number 1, use your past as a reference. In the past, if you've promised yourself that you're going to lose 10 kilos but came up short, it might be better to set a more reasonable goal. Losing 2 kilos 5 times is the same as losing 10. So make those reasonable promises to yourself. Number 2, put your promises on paper. Thoughts are a funny thing. They sort of feel real, but then they sort of don't. And something happens when we actually write our thoughts down. It makes them more concrete. Keep your written promises where you can see them regularly and review them a couple of times every day. 3, ask yourself if you really mean the promise and listen to the answer. Deep down, you know if you're really serious about your promises. After you make a promise to yourself, ask yourself if you really mean it. Listen to the answer you receive and respect it. Because if you're not going to honor the promise to yourself, change it up. 4, change your beliefs about promises to yourself. Most of us are so much better at keeping promises we make to others than we are at keeping promises we make to ourselves. For example, if your boss gives you a deadline, I bet you wouldn't dream of not giving your all to meet it. Yet if we promise to get something done at a certain time for ourselves, a lot of us give ourselves a pass if we don't meet the deadline. Some part of you may believe that that's okay to let yourself down. If you believe that you matter as much as everyone else, this attitude wouldn't really be acceptable to you. Number 5, accept that discomfort that comes from fulfilling your promises. Why don't we keep a promise? Sometimes it's only because keeping the promise is more uncomfortable than not keeping it. So it stands to reason that if you were better at dealing with discomfort, you would keep more of your promises. So when you're feeling uncomfortable, be determined to work through it. Avoiding discomfort or confronting it is just a habit. Build the habit that will serve you the best. Dealing with discomfort is among the most valuable skills you can build, particularly as a high performer. And finally, number 6, what would you think of someone that made promises to you and broke them regularly? Would you date that person? Or would you really consider them your friend for long? You think less of yourself when you break a promise to yourself. You can see this by considering how you would think about someone else doing the same to you. You wouldn't think much of them. That's what you're subconsciously doing to your opinion of yourself, and you may not even notice it, particularly if it's happening every day. Keeping promises to yourself is generally more important than keeping promises to others, yet we tend to approach life from that opposite perspective. The damage you do to your relationship with yourself affects every part of your life. Trust yourself like you matter and respect the promises you make to yourself. The integrity and congruence you build with yourself will make you better at keeping all of the promises you make. It will expand your confidence in everything you do. I'd love to hear your views about this, so please comment below with your thoughts. And remember, you too can unleash your unique version of success. See you next time.